Alright, boys and girls, today I'm going to attempt to make a crafting shelf for my wife out of nothing but 1x4s and a handful of 1x8s. So this should be interesting. Let's get to it. Alright, now that you got your 7-foot pieces, I'm going to need some 15-inch pieces for the cross members. I'm going to need, 16 of them. So I've already gone ahead and I've marked them out using the scrap from before. Some of it's no good, but I'll find a place, I'll find a purpose for all of it. Get back to you in a second. Alright, so now we got the 7-foot pieces and the 15-inch pieces. We're going to go and assemble pretty much what's going to look like a ladder. It's going to be 2 ladders in a triangle and then another 2, and the shelves will sit on top of that. So it'll make sense in a second. These are going to be the braces, and I just spent some time dialing in my nail gun. These 1-inch nails aren't gonna quite be enough. I'm gonna have to glue all this together, but it's all I got to work with, so I'm just gonna keep rocking with what I got. I'm gonna assemble them and then we'll carry on with the next part of the project. here we go. Sides are assembled here. Now maybe you understand what I mean by cross braces, and these are the legs. Two of these will go together to make a triangle to support the shelves. Again, this will all make sense in the end. Get some shelves going across the inside there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to determine what that angle is going to be, because they both need to be at the same angle. Once I get that figured out, I'll make a couple of pieces that will be on like a hinge, and they'll slide down to catch, so it'll be stable. And then I'll get back to you. All right, I lied. I had to figure out a few things. You want to get the hinges on the tops here first for it to do the whole swinging action there. So I'm gonna put the hinges on first, and then I'll do the cross member, and then we'll be just about done. All right, here we go. Stood up, getting close to the end. Hinges are in. Fully swivels. See if I can do that with one hand. You can't see that. See? I'm not dead. It's still going. But now I'm gonna cut out those cross brace pieces. I already did the first one to make sure I knew what I was doing. So shouldn't be such a big deal. Now the cross braces are 22 inches. I already made a few of them, so I already got this template over here clamped to the other board. So I'll just knock that out real quick. We're gonna drill a couple of holes, and then I'm just gonna kind of jerry rig this little notch in it here. Once that's done, we should be just about over. Do a little bit of burning for decorative purposes, but other than that, it's almost done. Alright, it's probably worth noting that these holes are 3/4 of an inch in from the sides. Both of them are the same. And then they are 1 11/16 from either end. That should be the middle of your average 1x4. Now, you can nibble away like I did. You saw me on the miter. You can kind of nibble, but it'll still leave a little bit there that you can't get. That's what I use the hacksaw on. Probably not the right tools for the job, but it worked. Jigsaw probably would have worked better. Additionally, these holes need to be drilled bigger than whatever your fastener is going to be. I'm using screws with washers, but bolts probably would have been better if I had bolts, but these were what I had, quick and easy. So make sure these holes are bigger, but the holes that you drill into the shelves themselves, as you see in a second, will be smaller. Now we're going to drill some pilot holes here. 1 11/16 down, again halfway down the 1x4. And I'm going to put it between both the brace and your long 7-foot pieces. That seems to be the best way to do this. Right there. Again, pilot holes are key. This is cheap construction lumber. You don't want it splitting on you when you drive a screw into it. So get whatever your fastener is. I'd put a washer on it. Matter of fact, you should probably put a washer on both sides. Let's do that. Make sure it's not upside down. You want the opening facing down. And and get the right driver. Leave that loose for a second. See how that works. Now you don't want this guy too tight, but you do want him fairly tight. Perfect. Knock out the other side real quick. Alright, it's not going to withstand hurricane winds because it's not wide enough, but this is what I came up with for our product for our craft shows. It's going to have that second one next to it with boards on it. I'll get a couple of pictures of that in a second. And it'll be strong enough for what we're selling here. If you want it to be stronger, I would make the angle greater. Kick this leg out a little bit more. Add some inches to your little supports here. Oop, there we go. And it's easy as that. By the way, janky camera holder's working out great. And then we'll get back to you when it gets to the burning. I'd say that's not bad. Alright, it's kind of windy, so I'll try to make this quick. Turned out great. If you're doing any burning outside, make sure you do it downwind or upwind, away from where the wind is blowing. And remember, when you burn boards, they can warp. So that's kind of a bummer. I'll probably have to replace that guy. And I'll need longer ones anyway, because you'll see. Fine. A little bit extra space. But yeah, there she is. Alright, I was going to leave it there. And I did. I let the wife take them. There's the braces over there. She took them to a show today, got all kinds of compliments, so that's good. People at least like what they look like. Should have let her sell them, but she kind of needed them to hold up all of her cups. Now I'm going to go ahead and seal these with some polyurethane. Should have done that from the get-go, but I was in a major hurry. Had to get them packed up so she could get to that show. So seal them in poly so the char doesn't get all rubbed off in your car and all that stuff. I don't particularly care about the car that she took today, so it's not a big deal. But you might consider that. They're going to take abuse. You want to seal them up. Protect them from the weather and keep the char from falling off. So I'll get that done, and then we'll call this project done for sure.